Hey, welcome back to the mill. So today I am trying to beat the hurricane here. Oh, that goes in my bobcat. This tape measure goes in the bobcat. Throw it in a nice. Got the smallest spruce log out of this big order over here, slabbed out. He wants this one slabbed too. And it's got a handle on it, so we're just going to call this the handle log. And he wants this handle included in a slab. So what I've got going on here is I've got the handle level right now to the bunks, or to the world. The handle's level, and I've got it dogged down. I had to throw a block in there to keep it turned because it's kind of at a funny, angle to the log. I don't have a lot of confidence that it's going to stay like this. Now it's stable right now. You know, I can't move it. But what I'm wondering is if vibration, if it knocks that block out, if it's going to tilt against this dog on me in the middle of the cut. So I'm going to throw you guys, I'm ready to go. I don't know how much fuel I have in that, but I'm ready to go right now. So I'm going to throw you guys in the holder here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get some sort of wedge under that and then re-dog this. This dog seems to be in pretty good, like it wouldn't fall down on it. And I want to get a flat side on here parallel to that and then flip it over and mill it off from the other side. So I'm going to throw you guys in the holder here. This is part of this big order of this spruce that he just had taken down and getting slabs for him. He wants them all slabbed. He's a big landscaping company, and he will sell the slabs as part of his projects. So I'm going to put you in here. I'm going to see if I can get a wedge under there. Make sure I can get it secured. So, because what I'm afraid is that as I'm going through this is going to kick out. And that's going to make it fall on my blade as I'm moving. No little polymer wedge is going to do that over here, so I'm going to find a piece of wood that I've cut off of something that is going to fit in there. I did get a comment on my last video about not being off a camera and stuff like that and filling up my dead time. Make sure you guys can see down here. You guys have to understand something. First of all, I'm trying to work while all this is going on. The second part is I'm not monetized, and I'm trying to put out information, and really, I'm being completely honest with you, this is kind of fun to me, and I don't really care whether you don't like it. You know, if you're looking to learn something with me as I go along, I think that's great. If you're not, if you're looking at this as, just a pastime while you're drinking coffee or something like that, this probably isn't a channel for you. That channel is basically, at least the way I look at it, informational. And what I want to do is I kind of want to portray what happens when you run a sawmill so that you don't go and order one and have unrealistic expectations of what you're going to do and what's going to happen, and so on and so forth. So I think I have it dogged down enough. My goal right now is to get a flat spot on the top of this so I can flip it over. I'll let you watch this milling pass. I'm over here. I know that it looks like this log should be jacked up on this end, and you're right, it should. However, the goal of this log is to include that handle in a slab, and that handle's level right now. So that's more important than anything else. So I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna get a flat spot stuck on this thing, and we can flip it over, and then we can go to work on trying to get that handle inside of one slab. So let's fire up and go to work. And if you want to watch TikTok videos, then have at it. I already know it's going to take me a couple of cuts to clean this up. I want to sneak up on the flat spot. So, you know, I'm not trying to drop all the way down to here, which I could, but I want to sneak up on it, make sure nothing happens. This customer is paying me to maximize this log. It's not a very big one. So I want to get as little off the top as I can to make this flat so I'm not wasting anything. Drop 2 inches, I'm just going to be getting right there. Alright, so now that we have a flat spot on, I think we can flip it over. I have one usable slab form right here for what he does. That's usable. Flip it over. It's got a lot of dirt in this log. I did bring it, extra blades down with me. I don't want to damage that handle. Such an odd shaped log. Let's see if I can get it flipped. There's a lot of dirt on this side too. I mean, I'm definitely going to roach this blade doing this band. So my goal is to mill this side flat just to the top of this, and then take that thickness slab out of the middle. And what we're going to have to do is I have to keep this side over that way a little bit, or this is going to hit on the carriage, this little stub right here. Or I could just cut it off. It's only gaining me a teeny little bit to cut it off. Yeah. I'm going to cut it off. Brought down the little blue saw that I've been trying to kill for 5 years. I can't kill it. Alright, so what happened was the other day when I hit that big Phillips head and I was cutting that slab out, I used this saw to get down, to cut down the edge of that slab to take it off, and I hit that Phillips head and it's mega dull. So I'm just going to leave that chunk on rather than leave you guys hanging and go up and grab another saw. I'll just leave the saw down. It's totally smoked, and you should not have any problems. So you have plenty of room that way. You should not have any problem shoving this over just a little bit. This is the great thing about a Norwood mill right here, is I can move my log stops over to the log. That's worth its weight in gold right there. You can't do this on every mill. So now, get this part over enough, and instead of trying to shove this over, just kind of keep it parallel. Just shove this over to the log. tighten it down. Now this log will stay here without me trying to go crazy getting the log situated right. You know, that right there is a huge plus for Norwood. So I'm gonna back you up a little bit. So now I gotta take the top off this. I want to kind of skin it down through, well, I want to get it flat first. A lot of dirt on it. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. Take some of the dirt off it. This is one thing the customer will not understand when they look at time frames is, well, how long it takes you to change blades and clean up his logs. You know, if they wanted to pressure wash them before they sent them to me and stuff like that, it saved them a lot of money, but they're never going to do that. So I'm going to hit a lot of, a fair amount of dirt on this pass. My goal is to get a flat spot that I can measure from without really wasting anything. Get myself a flat spot that I can measure from to be able to take that slab out. And once that slab's out, this log's pretty much done. You know, this is one of those that he probably should have never sent, but he thought that this handle was kind of cool, so this is going to cost him money to get that handle. So I'll whittle it down. Hopefully, one thing I see right now, I'll show you guys this because this is a little bit concerning. One thing that I see right now is if you look on this backside inside that handle, you see that vertical crack? There's a chance that there's an inclusion in there that when I take that slab off, that piece is going to crack off. But we'll try to give him what he wants. There also is a part that says, you know, they pay us to make smart decisions. If I had to make a smart decision right now, I'd say we don't even need to touch this log. So, I'm going to try to whittle a flat spot, and then we'll take this slab out, and then we'll see what's left over. Dan's cutting good, so it should be okay. Just as a check, the top of that handle's 9 inches off the deck right now. And that's still going to be inside this slab coming off the end. So I know that I'm safe down to 9 inches. Double check it. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much safe down to 10 anyway, so I'll use 10 as my basis. So rather than have you guys wait, I'll just hit pause. So all of you that are going to say, why didn't he fuel up if he knew he was going to be shooting a video? Why didn't he fuel up before? You want to run your stuff out of fuel. You want to get every bit of fuel out of it, you know, if you can. In a perfect world, you'd put as much fuel in it as you needed and you'd run out at the end of the day every time. You want that fuel out. You don't want fuel sitting in it. So I think I'm ready to go. Make sure that I'm filming here. Yep. And we'll fire it up. Since I shut it off so fast, it should fire right back up. And I filled the water too. Try and get a hard measurement here. I don't mind if I cut, you know, a flat spot on this, but I just want to keep it in the middle somehow. So it looks like 9.5 is going to be right to the top of it. It's going to be 4 inches thick. I'm going to take, I'm going to come down to 9 and take another inch off this, see how this skims, and then probably take a 4-inch slab. Get all those offsets too. Let's just see where 5's going to end up. So 5's right at the bottom of it, so I'm going to get them down to 5, cut a 4-inch slab out of this and keep this intact. let's check it out. Just barely cut the bottom off it. I'll show you both sides of this. That band's cutting fine for the time on it. So I'll just show you what it looks like here. I did just barely cut the bottom off it. It's kind of cool. I'll flip it over. The reason that I got some of it on the bottom is because when I come up 5, and of course I'm guesstimating, but when I come up 5, still get the top of the blade to contend with. Still a lot of pitch in it. I don't know. Give it a flipper. Pitch bleeding out of this right here. So you got pretty much, that's going to end up being the slab. I think he's going to really like that. And the good part is that I took it off. You can't see it here. There's a little bit of a, if I had gone down anymore, now I'm just going to admit I didn't do this on purpose. But if I had gone down anymore, I would have exposed more of that inclusion. The way it is right now, I don't think that inclusion is going to move. I think that'll be fine. And if I had gone down another, let's just say, just looking at that piece 3/4, there would have been a lot of inclusion in that. So it's kind of a cool piece. Cut good. You know, I'm not going to get out the water and show you a piece of spruce, but you know, cut smooth. You saw the speed of cut. I'll give him these offcuts too on the top of the stack. I'm gonna take out of what's left. I think I'm gonna take a fairly thick piece. This guy just likes thick slabs. So I think I'll take a 3-inch slab out of it next and have that in the top of that 3-inch slab as well. And then whatever's left over on the bottom's left over. And this log's done, and then I'll be on to that next big one. So we got, you know, this huge one right here, and then this one and that one. And this will only be really an hour's worth of work. So he'll be into these 2 slabs for about 50 bucks a piece, which isn't bad. I'll yank it off and I'll do some measurements. You're 32 minutes. All right, you don't need to see me cut the other piece. We'll go with this for a whole video. And yeah, to address the old you know, you should have a mic and edit out the dead spots and all that other crap. What I hope is when you watch me, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn with me as I go along. I don't know everything. I've cut a lot of wood. I'm a sawyer and a joiner. I've milled a lot of logs. But I don't know everything about the sawmill. It's the first, you know, band sawmill I've ever owned. But I know a lot about cutting wood. I know a lot about sharpening. I know a lot about working on stuff, and I hope you're going to learn something from me. And as I make mistakes, you'll learn from my mistakes. And I want to show all that. I want to show my mistakes. I want to show me milling through the, you know, the big spike and having to pull it out of the log and getting stuff up on the mill just right. I mean, I want to show all that stuff rather than, oh, I got a mill on, I'm going to make 10 cuts and you're going to watch me for 15 minutes and that's it, and I'm going to make X amount of dollars off this video. I make nothing off these videos. So this is entertainment only, and I appreciate the input, but it's my channel and I'm going to do what I want. You know, I don't ask you to watch. You don't have to watch. I hope that somebody who's watching this and wants to learn something is going to watch. Hopefully they'll watch the whole things, and hopefully you'll pick something up. Sometimes you won't, sometimes you will. Most of the time you will, because you'll see me make a mistake or blah, 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 blah. You see me do something that you'll do different. And you'll learn a little bit, you know, when you see I title all the videos with Norwood HD36v2, you learn something about the HD36v2 before, if you have to make a decision about buying one. So, you know, that's kind of where I stand. I want to film as much as I can. I don't want it to be boring, but at the same time, I want to get as much information into them as I can. And we'll just take it from there. So if you don't like the videos, don't watch. Someday will I have drones flying around and girls out here in yoga pants and filming from 10 different directions? Maybe. I don't know. I hope not. I hope I'm not going to turn into Wrangler Star, you know, and have an excavator out here putting logs on and, you know, all that other shit. You know, right now it's just real life, and I just hope that you guys want to watch real life. You know, this slab, I just made $100. You know, that's basically it. And I didn't get rich. Am I going to make a bunch of money off of all the logs that he's got here? Sure. It's going to cost me money and time. I make money for what I do. And I hope you guys can factor that into your decision. You know, if you think you're going to grab an HD36 and turn it into a log yard and a milling company, you know, I hope you watch what I do and you can make decisions based on that too. So that's it for this one. I'm going to make one more cut on this bottom here and get these slabs put to bed, stickered and stacked, and so he can come get them. And I've got to get ready for this hurricane that's coming up here, so I kind of am trying to balance, and we have wedding this weekend coming into town, so I'm trying to balance that too. Hopefully if I got boring, you already signed off. But we got a wedding coming in for the hurricane, and I mowed most of the yard yesterday. You can see, now I'm going to get long. You can see over here where we took the treehouse down, up there against the garage. And actually I don't know if you can see those stairs sitting over there, but it's what the stairs went up to. That whole area is all grown in. We got all lawn out here now. So as I've been ripping this backyard apart, trying to make this mill area, most of our backyard is grown back in, which is nice. So I'm kind of trying to let it grow, but I did mow it yesterday in case we have some family that wants to come over. That slide right there, that was going up to the treehouse. I'm bringing this grade up, so I have to put an extender on my leach field box right there, which is underneath that circle hoop, that circle spool for big electrical cable. So I have to put that extension box on before I bring this grade up, but I want to bring this grade up. And yeah, that's where we are. So we got a nice fat 4-inch slab for him. He likes 4-inch. We got his handle included in it. It's going to be cool. Somebody will love it. There's some real nice figure in it. You know, if you look at that bark inclusion there, there's some real nice figure through there. This will definitely be a cool piece for somebody. He will, just so you guys know, he'll get big money for that slab. You know, you say, oh my God, I can't believe you just milled that in 30 seconds and, you know, he's going to charge $100. He'll get big money for this slab. You know, this company is going to get huge money for these slabs out on projects. They do, next level landscaping projects. Nothing for the faint of heart, just for the rich. And these will all get used in those projects. Outdoor bar areas and planter tops and you name it. These will get used in those projects. Very, very specialized applications. I've actually used a slab like this that was black locust that had a whole bunch of burls in it and beautiful bird's eye all through it for a mount for a stand-up an outdoor shower, where we had the mixer poking through and the head coming out the top, and there were spots that were sticking out of the log where the handles would hold and stuff like that. You know, he got $15,000 for that slab. $15,000. So, you know, this is a different kind of animal here. So I'm going to take that off, make my last cut, and then think about loading up that other slab and see what happens. If I shoot some more video, I'll put you on. Hope you guys have a great day. Spired Solutions out.